pretty good.
All the goodness is gone till you give it some, and the money don't fold. All the goodness is gone till you give it some, and the money don't fold. 'Cause all the goodness is gone till you give it some, and the money don't fold.
idke in 2017 has continuously pushed new grounds for what's possible to achieve with solely hard rock and no mod. Seriously, check his top 50 plays. None of them contain hidden or double time. His dominance in space streams, as shown by his 2 #1 scores on both ranked Road of Resistance maps, has propelled him closer and closer to the global top 10, which could be an incredible feat considering the restrictions he's placed on himself. Not only that, idke's also collected 5 tournament badges this year, just further cementing him as a competitive powerhouse in both solo and multiplayer. Stay tuned to see how far he can essentially single-handedly continue pushing the Space Stream PP meta in 2018.
We've seen many rising superstars in this game over time, but one of the few who really stood out in the year of 2017 was Bubbleman. He sets the bar very high for himself, but when we see him meet those expectations, he's a player who can set insane scores on almost anything. I would say that Bubbleman is very well known for his reading ability, finger control, and aim control, but there's a lot more than just that. He's a player who stands out on a lot of maps which really put your abilities to the test. Bubbleman has to be one of the most consistent players this game has seen before. He's participated in 3 World Cups so far. His performance throughout the World Cup of 2017 is what helped secure the UK a 3rd place badge this year, which is also the furthest they've ever been in history. He managed to set some outstanding scores throughout this tournament, and if you want an example of this, I would recommend watching the OWC 2017 finals match, where the UK played against Germany. Another thing to mention is that during one of his practice sessions for the World Cup matches, he actually managed to achieve an SS on the Terror difficulty for the map Leaf Eye, with Score V2 of all things. He's proven himself to be one of the best players this game has to offer, and has earned his spot on this list, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he has to offer in the coming years.
Shining star of Southeast Asia, tapping his pen at circles on the screen, unlike any other player. Emilia boasts a unique playstyle, which he has mastered and become recognized by the community for his world-class aim, as well as managing to achieve many unique and incredible scores which many other players have tried to replicate but failed. The best at OS will always find their way onto this list, and Emilia is no exception.
Previously known as open bracket, Toy closed bracket, Toy is known as one of the most dedicated players in the game. He has achieved number 1 in every single chart ranking leaderboard since October 2016, and is the only player ever to have done so for at least a year straight. Not only that, but Toy also has the most tournament badges out of any player, proving his unbelievable tournament skill to be among the best in the world. And don't even get me started on his gameplay, with his incredible amounts of unmatched accuracy and consistency plays on old maps and new alike. Even on top of all his gameplay feats, Toy is the head manager of the Loved Beatmap category, providing a huge service to the community by bringing amazing maps into the spotlight. Toy may only be the 12th best player of 2017, but there's no need to be the best when you can be our boy.
Previously known as HDHR and My Aim Sucks, from South Korea hails Yaong, one of the greatest accuracy players in the history of Oz. I mention accuracy as his main strength, but Yaong is much more than just that. He possesses many incredible scores with a very versatile skill set. He can play excruciating stream maps, lightspeed double time, and get untouchable scores on gimmick tech maps as well. Yaong, if anyone, has certainly deserved his spot as the number 11 player of 2017.
For many old players, Tokichi, or Totoki as he had changed the name back during OWC 2016, is certainly not an unfamiliar name. Totoki was one of the most celebrated players in both the Chinese and Australian communities. Through constant improvements in 2017, he set one impressive score after another, again and again challenging the conventional wisdom of what maps can possibly be double-timed. Regardless of what one may think of him, his influence in the post-HVIC and post-DSUN era is undeniable, and his presence gave a revitalization to double-time players that's much needed. Therefore, we cannot possibly leave out such a name.
Azer is an incredibly skilled mouse player, well known for his speedy aim and excellent accuracy. He stood out as one of the best TT players in 2017, with great first place ranks from Nightmare and Garment's remote control, among others. He's had no trouble at all with farming PP, but he's also become a fantastic tech map player in recent times, and you'll probably see him in next year's video as well.
On the surface, Mathi could come across as a generic aim-based player. His top plays seem filled with mostly high-spaced jumpy farm maps, but I can tell that most people truly overlook his diversity. In my opinion, some of his most notable scores don't even scratch the surface of his top plays, and yet they're what I consider most impressive. In 2017, he's flown completely under everyone's radar and shows no signs of stopping, especially after closing out the year with a couple back-to-back 700 PP scores. And while he may for now only be placed 8th for 2017, if he keeps it up, I have zero doubt that he will end up in at least the top 3 next year. It's phenomenal to see someone destroy nearly any style of map presented to them with seemingly no problems. 2018 will be the year of that.
'Filsdelama, #1 ranked player in France, well known for his incredible ability reading AR-11 and setting scores in what's really no time at all. With what seemed to be a photographic memory, he will pump out score after score, not only on your conventional farm maps, but also showing some incredible versatility on scores such as SS ranks on Azo and Unti. One thing to keep your eyes peeled for is where he manages to go with his efforts to memorize Freedom Die with Flashlight, and when his efforts will manifest in a score of truly epic proportions. Only time will tell.
Having switched to tablet after becoming one of the best mouse players this game has ever seen, Firebat92, also known as Angelson, is known for his impeccable aim and alternating skills. Despite the switch to tablet, that has not stopped him from pumping out incredible scores time after time. Firebat is very well known for hitting all sorts of insane jump patterns and streams. He's a player who has outstanding double time ability, as we've seen from a majority of his top performance plays, but you can also catch him playing no mod and hard rock from time to time. As I mentioned earlier, his aim and alternating skills are what play a huge role in his ability to hit high-speed jumps, regardless of the modifications used. We've seen this occur on some fort maps, such as Second Try and Euphoria. Anything that screams for a challenge basically has his name written all over it. Having such great ability to play a wide range of mods, Firebat has actually shown himself to be a very well-rounded tournament player. Providing he's not playing PUBG, of course. With all of that said, these are the reasons why Firebat has been chosen as one of the top players of 2017, and I'm sure many of us are looking forward to seeing what he's capable of in 2018 and beyond.
To achieve the title of Champion Above Champions, one must have been the first to full combo one of the most difficult maps in the game, Shotgun Symphony Plus. After almost 3,000 days since the map was ranked, GN was the first to full combo the beat map, achieving the legendary title at last. Known best for his absurd reading skills and his insane prowess at hitting awkward patterns, GN has placed 5th this year, adding another trophy into his already swelling case. His skills aren't usually best explained with words, but with visuals instead, so enjoy the clips. If you can tell what's going on, that is.
Man, where did this guy come from? Vaxei, the Wonder Kid, just comes out of nowhere about a year or so ago. And, well, not only is he one of the best players of this year, he's probably one of the best players of all time at this point. The scope of his ability in this game beggars belief at times. Of course, he's a nutty hidden double time player with ridiculous aim. He's really handy on hidden hard rock. He can no-mod hard stuff like a madman. He's even really scary with easy mod and low AR, which, considering, you know, what you know him as, that is a crazy skill to have. And recently he's even become a nutty tournament player. It's like, what can't this guy do at this point? And what else will he do? Who knows? Certainly interesting to find out what a ridiculous player Vaxei is.
Wolf just baffles me. I don't understand how anyone can play for as long as he has. Plays top 5 in these lists for 7 years straight, barring a long hiatus last year, and still take long breaks from the game only to set 2 brand new top plays in the first day back within 30 minutes of each other. Like, nobody can do this but him. Not to mention, he's basically one of the best hidden hard rock players in the world. He comes back to speedrun every beatmap pack and still sets unmatched scores. This is all completely aside from his unbelievable performance in the World Cup this year, where he led Poland to claim its first World Cup victory since the advent of the tourney in 2011. Legendary as a player can get, no question. Like, there's so little left for him to achieve that he'll sometimes come back and take number 1 on every single difficulty of a ranked or love map set, just because. Why not? I can't sing his praises any more than I have. He is as legendary as a player can get, no question.
player that astonished everyone with his rapid improvement back in 2014, and someone I was personally fortunate enough to know and witness race to the top like a rocket. The number 2 spot on this list goes to none other than Raphis. Raphis has been in the top 5 ever since 2014, and he has become a staple if not a legend in the community. Equipped with his trusty tablet and keyboard, Raphis presides with one of the best, if not the best, speed ability in the game. Being able to not only single tap, but stream at speeds up to and even beyond 300 beats per minute with an accuracy untouchable by anyone else. And yes, I said 300 beats per minute. Not only that, he has aim and consistency on par with the best, proven by him and his team having won the latest Oz World Cup. It is to no surprise for anyone that Raphis can be found on the top of the list for the best players of 2017.
Raphis as a player is very well known for his DT prowess, boasting some of the best raw aim and speed in the game. However, during 2017 he took the rest of his skill sets to new heights. He rounded himself out greatly, and can now play pretty much anything you can think of at a high level. Raphis can place high on any map leaderboard, sometimes even using a tier of mods above everyone else, and only continues to improve himself session after session.
You lie, lie, don't put your lips. Spell, pedal, spell, pull. Hopefully I can move through this. Heart stay along me. Living life through broken things. So memories fire. Hopefully I get used to my heart beating goodbye. Love me, I try. Get a life out of me. From your patterns, but still get out of it over you. Watch me fall and run away.
Alright, it's Doomsday. Well, about Cookiezi, he managed to get an S rank on Suica with hidden double time, an SS rank on Ghost Rule Mayday difficulty, and a bunch of other weird and wonderful S ranks and crazy scores. If that doesn't make him the best player of 2017, then clearly no one is.
If there is one name we can count on everyone to recognize in OS, regardless of era and skill level, that name would be Cookiezi. Among this list, we already have amazing players who can stream really fast, aim very accurately, read mind-boggling maps, or excel in tournaments. Most have only one such trait, whereas Cookiezi embodies all of them. From freedom dive to remote control, Cookiezi has demonstrated that human limitation can always be pushed, repeatedly. His outstanding performance in community tournaments such as the Duel Cup and Gotta Aim Fast is also nothing to be scoffed at. It really is no understatement to say that Cookiezi is a strong candidate for the best OS player of all time, and definitely deserves his place upon this ranking.
Hi, this is Mara, and I just want to drop a few amazing words about Cookiezi. Personally, I am not a huge fan of Cookiezi, but every time I see Cookiezi beating some impossible maps, it makes me wonder how this guy can actually pass this stuff. I am pretty sure that I can safely change jump from my dictionary book and replace it Cookiezi. Put in Sugoi, bro. This is why he is the best OSU player 2017.
しまっていました。いつしか早苗さんは避けられるようになり、ついにはいじめられるようになってしまっていたのです。特に強く早苗さんをいじめていた意地悪魔女子が一人いました。